Welcome to this spontaneous episode of the In Play podcast. I'm Bryce Bautista along with Max Reyes and Jacob Redondo. And Jacob Degrom signed with the Texas Rangers today in an absolutely shocking deal, in my opinion. How about you guys? What do you think of the deal?
I just got to say, Texas ownership and Chris Young, just applause for actually being one of the teams that, is trying to put in money and win. We've seen a lot of the opposite past couple of years. So just got to say shout out to them.
No doubt. I mean, I'm loving your outfit right now too. I mean, this definitely is like a spontaneous podcast if you're sitting on camera shirtless.
I was knocked out on my couch. So.
And Jacob's in the car.
I'm in the car. Yep.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more interesting episodes.
But one of the craziest contracts in MLB history, so you have to do an emergency pod.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 years. What was the total? I know it was
185.
185.
100. There's an option for a sixth year.
Yep. And I think it goes up to $222 million.
Right. Yeah. Was it a club or
insane?
It might be mutual, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, my thoughts on the whole thing is it's definitely risky, but I applaud the Rangers for doing it because, I mean, I can't picture more than 5 teams doing a deal like this for a guy like this. He's once in a generation pitcher. Lot of risk that goes into this deal. He's making 37 AAV, so he's pretty much gonna be making more than $1 million per start every year, and that's crazy to me. But I mean, if he stays healthy and he shows that he's Degrom, it's gonna be well worth it.
I mean, we know he's the best in the game, though. We know that.
Yeah, so. Definitely.
Yeah, when he's healthy, I mean, you've seen him put under 2 ERA for a long time.
Oh,
He's the best player in the league, going to a team that is looking to contend now. They started last year when they signed Corey Seager and Marcus Semien to $500 million. They get the best pitcher in baseball. They're probably not done yet either. The Rangers.
Bruce Bochy.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy. What a wonderful gift for the new manager, Bruce Bochy.
Chris Young, what a guy, dude.
Chris Young.
All the former Padres. Will Venable's on that staff too.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. That's nuts. I mean, Texas Rangers are a definite team to watch now, especially in the AL West. AL West teams going crazy this offseason. The Angels having fun, trading for Renfroe, signing Tyler Anderson. Astros signing Jose Abreu. Mariners just made a deal today. We can get into that in a little bit, if not tomorrow, when we put out our Winter Meetings podcast. And then the A's they're the A's, but still. But unbelievable. Jacob Degrom is a Texas Ranger. I mean, I think we all had him going to the Braves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest winner of all this is probably every contender in the NL. Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Braves. You don't have to see them.
Exactly.
Really all year, maybe once a year if you play the Rangers. But, yeah, we lucked out. I'm glad to see him gone. What that means for the other markets is that Justin Verlander is probably coming to the NL. I saw that the Mets are already in talks with him. I think he's going to go to the Dodgers personally now off of the events that have transpired this week. But, yeah, I got him either going to L.A. or New York to fill that void.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does this mean for a guy like Carlos Rodon?
He's definitely making over 100.
Yep. Well, I don't think there was any question about that before.
I say he gets like 5 years, 125.
Yeah. He's going to get – so I think he declined $22 million a year. I think he just wants his years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see something 125. Could see
now,
it.
I know we're going to discuss this more on the next podcast about the Winter Meetings, but I'm just going to say it. I think Carlos Rodon signs this week.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's going to be off the board. I think seeing the Degrom deal just happened, he's now elevated to one of the top starters, if not the top starter, just because of his age and whatnot, compared to Justin Verlander.
Right now, then he has all the leverage right now.
I'm thinking the next domino to fall is. I'm thinking the next domino to fall is Justin Verlander, and I think it's going to happen during the Winter Meetings.
Yeah, we can discuss this in the winter meetings one. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
we can go more
But
into
yeah,
that. This is more so about Degrom.
I think Well, the Degrom, this ties into it. I think the Degrom deal definitely confirms that Verlander is going to get the same, if not more, because he's going to have a shorter contract.
Mm-hmm.
So upwards of 40 plus million. I think it's going to be very similar to the Max Scherzer deal.
Yep.
And whether we see it with the Mets or the Dodgers, we'll have to find out. But I think the Mets are going to be really aggressive now that they lost DeGrom, their guy. And they're still going for it. They have to. They just signed a closer to a $100 million deal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Their fans are losing it already. So
yeah, Steve Cohen is going to spend the money that he has. So I guess we'll see what happens with the Mets from now on. But going back to the Rangers, I mean, are they done after this? I don't think so.
no, they got to go get more, whether it's via trade or I don't know. But I don't know how much money they have. If I was more in line with watching the Texas Rangers play and I knew more about it, I could tell you. But I just know that they're not going to be done. They're going to go try to get somebody, whether it's a big name or just a piece that'll fit.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. I mean, with 3 guys on the roster whose salaries total up to just about $750 million, you got to wonder how much cap space is left, or not cap. There's no cap space, but how much money they have left to spend on free agents or whatnot without going over the luxury tax threshold. But I could see him making a few deals here and there, maybe signing some smaller but more like reputable guys, like maybe a Mitch Haniger. I could see him go get
Right.
maybe like a decent infielder to like play third while they wait for Josh Young to come up. Maybe like a
Josh Bell.
like a Matt Carpenter. They can go grab. It's a veteran guy to lead the young guys.
Dude, Matt Carpenter would be the most Rangers move of all time. I don't know if you guys agree.
I think I have him going to the Rangers, if I'm being honest.
I could 100% see him play there next season.
Yeah. So no, Texas Rangers are not done. There's more to come with Chris Young and now Bruce Bochy.
So quick question is like, is starting pitching like the thing this offseason? Because we've seen Nick Martinez get 3 years, $40 million. We've seen Zach Eflin get, what did he get? Same thing? 3 years,
Eflin's a reliever though, right? Or are the Rays going to use him as he was a reliever? He was a reliever for the Phillies. I know he started before too, but
well, he'll be a 5-inning guy for the Rays. So
yeah, who knows what the Rays are doing? I mean, the Rays were interested in DeGrom also, but there's
quick question. So, do you think this is a complete loss for the Mets, or do you think
absolutely?
Okay,
I don't think so.
I think so. You're losing the best pitcher in baseball.
I personally think that he needed to go for the Mets to take their next step. They got a lot of veterans on their team, and they got some young guys too. Like I still consider Lindor young. They're gonna have him for a while, and Pete Alonso's not the youngest guy in the world, but I think when you tie up all of your money in a pitcher that has had a lot of injury history, I just think that holds you back a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm cool with the Rangers signing him. Like I think that's a great move, like to go get him. But I don't know. I think he needed to leave the Mets. I think they both needed to part ways.
Yeah. Well, I say it's a loss for the Mets right now because besides Edwin Diaz, they haven't done anything this offseason. Now, if they go get a couple starting pitchers, they go fix their lineup a little bit more than it already is, I think this could turn out into a win just from the money they saved by not getting DeGrom back. But right now, you've got Max Scherzer leading the rotation you have for another, 2 to 3 years, depending on his options or whatnot. But then who after that? They lost Bassett. They lost DeGrom. They lost Taijuan Walker. Who's going to start behind Max Scherzer?
Well, DeGrom leaving allows them to get a Rodon /
exactly
Senga. Yeah. They could go get 2 guys now if they want.
Yeah.
I mean, they have money. They could get 3 guys if they wanted to.
I still think Nathan Eovaldi will be a New York Met by the end of it, and that seems more likely now than ever.
I could also see them. I mean, I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but I could see them getting a guy like Corbin Burns too. I think the Brewers are blowing it up. So I'll talk about that more tomorrow. But yeah, I didn't really think it was a complete loss for the Mets. Max, I saw you shake your head. You didn't think so either.
Nah, for the Mets, no. I lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie. So, but no, I think just the money and the years. We already know they have some crazy contracts going on. It's it's not the end of the world.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're dead in the water because of this.
No.
I don't at all. So.
All right. Well,
that's about it, right?
Enough Degrom talk, I guess. Do you guys want to go into the moves made today, or do you want to save that for tomorrow?
We'll save it for tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Well, like we said, spontaneous episode is going to be a bit of a shorter one. Tomorrow, we're going to be coming out with our preview of the winter meetings as well as some other news. So we'll see who we think will sign, who we think will be traded, alongside the news from today, the Colton Wong trade, as well as a couple other mini signings and whatnot. And then some speculation with the San Diego Padres with Trey Turner, meeting with them in person as well as Xander Bogaerts. So you will hear a longer episode from us tomorrow. Now, this one's only going to be like 10, 15 minutes. But Jacob Degrom, Texas Rangers.
Yep. First emergency pod.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll go live if we have more people willing to show up on the live stream. I don't know.
The second emergency pod is going to be crazy when
Aaron Judge signs with the San Diego. I'm just kidding. When the Padres trade
have
for
a Trey Turner signing, it'll probably be a 3-hour episode. Just letting everybody know that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just why I think tomorrow's episode is going to be a much longer one, just because of how deep we're going to go into the winter meetings as well as the Turner and Bogaerts rumors.
Right.
So.
All right.
I guess then, I mean, you will hear from us tomorrow. This has been an episode of the In Play podcast. I'm Bryce Bautista alongside Max Reyes and Jacob Redondo. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.